They arrange all the chairs, all the beds. I say chairs. All the beds are arranged like this. Okay, let me face like because everybody's not they arrange all the chairs like this, all the beds like this. I was in the middle. Death came that night. Picked the guy in front of me. He died. That same night, he picked somebody behind me. You know, I was in the middle like this. You can literally feel the activity of death inside the hospital. But do you know what? I could not pray. I could not pray. You know, I did not walk to the hospital. I was carrying the ambulance. That is the first and last. And then I remember one guy. That guy was tearing prayer. When he saw all that was happening, he just held my hand. I was praying. When I woke up the next morning, he told me, say, Pastor, what are you doing here? You know what? I think the guy was on 100 level when I was in Manaya. That guy single-handedly prayed for me. Only him in the hospital. If they'd pick him, how will I explain to his parents? He held my hand. I was praying. I could not. I like prayer. My voice was not good, my brother. There was no energy. I was on drip self. This is how I was. You know, this guy, I just looking at people and like, store grain for the day of me. Thank God, Zipporah knew what was missing. She was not guessing. The man of God that was about to go and deliver the people was about to be killed by the accuser. And Zipporah did not guess. The Bible says, but Zipporah too. Hope you know that it was not as if God was coming to come and kill him. Yeah! It just means that the devil was there. This guy was going slowly. They were in a hymn. They lodged. They were lodging. That it could be explained does not mean that there is no spiritual activity ongoing. People don't die just like that. It's not possible. No. The accuser was permitted. But when Zipporah scanned through and said, my husband, as soon as she remembered, the Bible, she took a flint, cut off her son's foreskin and touched Moses' feet with it. Her torment in the air. And taught Moses, what can touch you that death will run? Hi. Did you know that when the anger of God burned, God gave Israel 3 options? That I give you guys 3 things to do in that 2 Samuel chapter 24. He said 3 things. He said either Kinnikan or whatever. David is the Agma. David said, God, let us fall into your hand. And true to it, because God already permitted it. Do you know that one day, I think 70,000 of them were dead? Because God permitted the angel of death. Who can spot out when Lord? He said, when the angel stretched out his hand to destroy Jerusalem, the Lord was grieved because of the calamity and said to the angel, who was afflicting the people, can you see now? Was it God that was killing them? God just gave permission. And God can hand that permission. Because that's why I say you should pray for mercy. Because David said that let me fall into your hand, Lord. They can fall into your hand. And true to it, go back to when the angels started killing them. Yes, he said, for his mercy is great. But do not let me fall into the hand of men. What it means is that men can, but God, he said, I will show mercy to who I will show mercy to. He said, look at it. He said, 70,000 people from Dan to were killed. The angel was already executing death. But do you know what? When David said, let me fall into your hand, oh Lord, he was crying for mercy. Mercy found him. Guys, you don't need to be a sinner to cry for mercy. There are some things that can be incited in your heart. There are some things that you can think that are not seen until you come to self-consciousness that, oh, as a baby. I cry for mercy every day. God, have mercy on me. There is a way you can be. How can David, a man after God's heart, not know that it is not God that was giving him that thought? Because God does not have double standard. My brethren, if you are in sin, please run. Sin grows. It may not be able to pick you now, but the accuser is still waiting. You can't blame God. He served God, he served God. Did you serve God with him? When God was giving instruction to him, were you there if you obeyed or not? We can't continue in sin. We can't be joking around. Look, guys, there is an accuser. Jesus warned us about him. He said, pray that God keep you safe from yourself and the devil. Do you know what? That thing happened also to Peter. All the time, Jesus asked him to pray. This guy was sleeping.